in the Bay Area on the West Coast and in between in the rest of the country. You've heard it all. Haven't you heard it by now from the golfer, the wall banger, and the hemorrhoid? Haven't you heard everything about health care, or you don't have the time to listen earlier? Is that what you're saying?
We get it a little bit, but you give us a little bit different perspective. You know, appreciate your perspective on things. You know, the way that you bring in your background with the botany and things like that.
All right, so you want me to focus almost entirely, as I've done for 15 years, on politics and lay off the other stuff?
Flavor occasionally, but I do.
I hear you. I don't know if I can do it anymore, though. I'm making an admission, John. I think after 15 years of it, I'm bored of it. I find politics extremely boring. We know that, look, let's talk about the basics. Obama is a Marxist. Everything about him, if it walks like a Marxist, if it talks like a neo-Marxist, it is a neo-Marxist. Why was it fair game to call conservatives who were behind Bush neocons? Why can't we call Axelrod and Rahm Emanuel and all of the others around Obama what they are, which is neo-Marxists? The answer is because we have no control over the print media in this country. They are neo-Marxists, period. I mean, the slur neocon went on for years when Bush was in power, right? Yet we now have a stalking horse communist regime running this country. Some of them are overt communists, some of them are mild communists, some of them are light communists. There's not one of them who is an American from my point of view. Every one of them is trying to disassemble this great nation. But I've said that over and over again, John. Thanks for the call. New York City, WOR, Mo, you know Schmo, you're on the Savage Nation, Mo.
Hi, Mike. I just wanted to ask why they call you a shock jock when all you do is tell the truth. Has the truth become so shocking?
Because in order to try to diminish what power I have, whatever power I may have, in order to diminish the intelligence that I may show on this show from time to time, they have to try to marginalize me by calling me a shock jock. But I've taken it as a joke now. I said, Gad, call me shock jock, see if I care. Call me shock jock at the risk of your own embarrassment. That's all I can say. And by the way, when have you last seen a shock jock profiled in the New Yorker? Have you ever seen one profiled yet?
I have to tell you that I don't have television by my own choice. And
Again, no answer. Wait, hold on. Do I have bad technology? Can you answer the... No one hears me. I found it yesterday. I listened back to the show. I torture my family by making them listen to the replay. No, like when I say something to a caller, they don't hear me. There must be a delay running the other way or something. I have the longest time delay in the history of radio. Most people have 7 seconds, then they made it 16 seconds. I think now the time delay is 30 seconds. So I think it feeds back the other way, too. I'm not sure. I really don't know what the issue is. I say A, they're talking about C. I say C, they're talking about A. 1-800-449-8255. Okay, condemned by their own laptops. That's the latest twist in the saga of how the foolish British government banned talk radio host Michael Savage from entering Britain. It's an article you should print in the New York Post. It's on michaelsavage.com. And this piece shows the Machiavellian duplicity of these bumbling socialists in England. And let me tell you something, the Obamaites are not far behind. I'll be right back.
Armstrong and Getty.
They're not bullies with a microphone.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10. Talk 910 KNEW.
All right, you want some breaking news? I mean, it came out a little bit ago. No health care reform vote before autumn. Obama has got egg all over his face. Pelosi has egg all over her face. They lost. They were lying up until the other day saying that they got the votes. Rahm Emanuel's going to ram it. She's got the votes, Miss Botox. BS. They lost. It's over. We've missed the communist bullet for now, okay? Because remember what I said to you. The number one centerpiece of any communist administration is health care for all, because you don't understand yet why this is so important to Marxists. Castro did it. One of the first things Fidel Castro did after taking over Cuba was he promised health care for every Cuban, and he delivered. The problem is it's terrible health care. Terrible health care where the elites don't use that health care. The elites either fly to Venezuela or Miami or Spain or fly in doctors from NYU to take care of them. They wouldn't use a Cuban doctor. That's what's going to happen to this country. But you got to ask yourself, why do dictators want socialized medicine? Answer, power, power, power. There's tons of money to be stolen, yes. Medication, double billing, transportation, triple billing, their friends get the ambulance, whatever. It's unlimited, the amount of money they can steal from the average schmuck taxpayer. But that's not the real reason. Power, power, power. They control you from cradle to grave. They know what medications you're on. Any bureaucrat anywhere can hit a button and access your confidential medical records. I don't understand how the left, which is so obsessed with medical privacy, hasn't said one word about this government medicine. Don't they understand that they're going to lose all privacy whatsoever? There's zero, and no one's discussed it but me. I'm the only person in the media. I know that's why you want to listen, why you listen to me, and why you want me to talk about it. Sure, my perspective is a little different. You've heard 1,000 things about costs. They're all correct. But Obamacare has a more sinister danger to it, which is the loss of medical privacy. Any bureaucrat anywhere at any time could press a button and find out your entire medical history. They don't like you, they could pull it. They don't like you, they could see what medication you're on. They don't like it, they could pull your psychiatrist or your shrink's notes about you. I don't care what they say. You know and I know they'll do it. And they'll do it strictly to control you. And I am telling you, this is the single biggest fear that we should all have, with a centralized Soviet-era bureaucracy controlling our medication and our medical care from cradle to grave. They lost. They were pushing as hard as they could. Obama tried in the first 6 months to literally stranglehold every aspect of this economy. He did more than Chavez did in Venezuela in a shorter period of time. I told you that. He went faster than Chavez did. Only you didn't see it because little men like Wolf Blitzer worked for him. They worked for him knowingly. Little men without sexual parts are the minions of this administration. Beware the government media complex. You get it? So Obama lost. Now they're saying no health care reform, vote before autumn. Where's Pelosi now that she's lost? And they're going to try a spin on it? It's over. Because what's going to happen is now the lawmakers who are real lawmakers, mainly those from the Midwest, the so-called blue dogs, the blue dog Democrats, the conservatives who are one-termers unless they crack down on this communism, they're going through bills in both houses of Congress with fine-tooth combs. We know that they are opposed to Obamacare because the costs are unsupportable. It's an unsustainable bill. We understand that. So we won. We won. Obama lost. Obama lost. So say 1 for the USA and 0 for Obama. Say 1 for the USA and 0 for Nancy Pelosi. Because let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, they're on the other team. They're playing for the other side. They're playing for worldwide socialism. And I don't have any other words for them other than what I've given you about them. So the big news is no health care reform, vote before autumn. And I say, even if you're for health care reform, what's wrong with studying what's in those 1,000 pages? The answer is nothing. Good. We won. They lost.
Savage. Michael Savage. Afternoons 3 to 7 on Talk 910 KNEW and online at 910KNEW.com.
We are listening to Rammstein. Nation. Heavy metal, yeah. Do you? Yeah, sure. Do you? That's an in-joke. We can't talk about that. Yeah, sure, we do, you. Yeah, it's August in San Francisco. I wait all year for this weather. Foggy. My favorite part of it is seeing all of the blondes from Scandinavia wearing shorts and shivering. What do they think? They're coming to Mexico? I mean, I just love it out here in August because it's perfect. 57, 58 degrees. I got a scarf on, an overcoat, and these poor people are shivering, and the blonde hair is standing up on their legs. Whatever. Play it louder. What do I say? Condemned by their own laptops by John O'Sullivan, New York Post. Don't miss it. It's on michaelsavage.com, and I guess it's in the New York Post as well. It's really well written. At last, the logjam has broken in the midstream media. It's only a matter of time until one of the lipstick girls on Fox News realizes that the way to separate themselves from Scarface is to actually start doing journalism. And one of them will have me on one of their shows. That's if I'm available. But let me tell you something. This story about Britain banning me simply to balance out radical Islamists is such a gigantic story in the media that those who cover it are going to be rewarded, and those who have ignored it are going to wind up on the ash heap of media history. When the history is written of what went on, and I'm not going to be writing it, someone's going to be writing it, and those who covered it, I'm telling you, are doing themselves a favor, not because they like me, but because they understand the good story and how important the story really is. And those who refuse to cover it are putting themselves into the ash heap of history. No one's putting them there. Okay, so now let's move on.